Hey there, I'm Kid Wilder. And you may recall last time we managed to get a new clue, the book that our mom wrote. Now all we need to do is get the library. We'll come back to it. We're going to go ahead and get these coins. See what we can find in the West Wing. But we definitely want to read the book, A New Clue. We also need to get back up to room 46, or at least the antechamber, so we can get the key. We can go down into through the fountain. To the root cellar. I'm hoping that'll encourage a shovel to spawn in at some point. Yeah, so that's Mary Epson, which is my mom. But what about her cousin? Is there somebody that was not posing, they had made a forged passport for her, and it had her cousin's name on there, if I recall correctly. We got no shovel over here. Our main goals for this is to try to get up to room 46 if we can. We need to get the library so we can read A New Clue, and I'd also still like to try and get the garage. I want to try to get the garage so we can actually manage to figure out, we'll do the pantry, figure out if the gate over there is actually open. I'd like to get the rumpus room again so that we can actually see some more stuff. Okay, let's do security. Go ahead and get that out of the way. And if we're lucky, maybe we can get the break room. Gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn off keycard system. We're gonna lower the difficulty of the keycard system. I want to make sure we didn't miss anything. Doesn't look like we did. Keep going left. There's a library. Go ahead and get this library. We got a key. Anything else special in here? A New Clue by Marion Marigold. I'm the only one that's checked it out. This book was graciously gifted by Simon P. Jones. All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you, for you are looking for a new clue too. Route 8. Again, the number 8. There's also red and then there's blue. Not sure on the significance of that. He had retraced his sketches and studied the files, reviewed all his cases and gone through the piles of the evidence present and precedents evident, and retraced his steps as it stretched on for miles. We've got a departure sign, corner cases, parlor, patio, nook, office, library, and pantry. Dead cases, lavatory, attic. Closet. Furnace, and I can't quite tell what the other one says. So it looks like it's just listing off all the different names for things. He had looked high and low in all of the rooms. He had searched every corner in each of the tombs. In this particular case, he had checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. So we've got the rook there. We've got the candles, which are also clues. Keep left. What kind of clue is that? And then we've got the angel, which is the cloister. He looked and he looked under beds and in nooks. He questioned the maids. He questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were found only in books. And we've got apple, banana, and orange. To Tanner Fork. We have some drawings in the background. So tome after tome that library loaned, and the books that he had that he already owned were searched from their covers all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Tinder cipher. Lunar record. Uncle Ah. Draft the sixes. And those are colored, like the colors for them are similar to rooms. So we've got the red room, the green rooms, the bedrooms for the violet, and then the blue rooms. He changed all the letters and the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. Mary, Mary, Gates, Gates. That's where the Gates, Gates is actually supposed to play in. That shows you how you can do that with the paintings. Right, right. Floor is a word, Jor is a name. Draft the sixes, shifted extras, the fixed stars. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps. And if his directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. So that's the blueprint, all those squares on the floor there. That's the records room. What's the meaning of the hammer and the vase? A man obsessed in Cuckoo 2, they would say as he would wander through. The best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. That's each. And having read this book so many times, having scoured over each of its cryptic lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? And then there's stop. Bunch of words with colors. There's the king. Or is there perhaps something new, something overlooked but now in view? Have you finally found it? Could it really be true? If it's a new clue, you know what to do. The suspect is minor. The suspect is major. The suspect is minor. The suspect is a key. There are several. See, route is pointing down, which is dead cases. Now, route's pointing down. Departure's pointing right. Keep left is pointing left. Canner Forks is pointing left. There's a picture there of it pointing right. Dead end's kind of pointing downish. Record doesn't have an arrow. Unless we count the vase. Maybe that's the arrow. And this one doesn't have an arrow. Guess the bird could be an arrow in that one. I don't know. There's a thing in here and we've got to figure it out. There's the sign that says on the way past the suspect is a key. May have to go back to the drawing board on those. That wasn't as clear cut as I thought it was going to be. Let's do the laundry room. Hope that we can get a shovel later on. Thought there's something on the... Yeah, I think the dig spot's over on this side somewhere, maybe? Might be on this side. I don't have a shovel, so it's kind of a moot point. We'll be back. Hopefully soon. We can't do the commissary. Do we want to take the Lost Star steps and hope that we can make them back? It hurts every time. I don't like the... Okay, so we were able to achieve one of our objectives. Now we gotta get the other ones. Let's do the parlor so we can get some gems. Don't see anything over there. This puzzle is harder than it seems. This box is empty. This box is empty. Okay, so if both of those are telling the truth, then the puzzle's not as hard as it seems. Or one of those boxes is a lie. I think we'll do this one. Almost like it hints that the puzzle wasn't as hard as it seemed. See, there's chapel. Go ahead and do chapel. Those stay lit. We definitely need to get that commissary. Okay, we've got 4 of them left. We have 2. There's the patio. So many dig spots here. I need a shovel. Do the dark room. Should have done the mill room, but we're gonna do the dark room. Please don't be the furnace. Okay, so we've got a pawn all the way up here. I need food. Got our first locked door. There's the commissary. There's no shovel in the commissary. Why does this always happen? Go ahead and do the sledgehammer and hope that we can get some more money from this box over here. It's a bunch of keys. Not a horrible thing, but it would have been nice if it was some money at least. Let's do the gallery. We've never had the gallery. Christopher Manson, 1954, acrylic and oil on canvas, collection of Mount Holly. So there's E. A lot of red stuff. Stop sign, red rose, apple, and the fire hydrant plus the wagon. Okay. So we've got to figure out what the code is. Actual objective. Christopher Manson. So what's the code here? Oh. I'm putting names into it? How am I supposed to know these names? Is it gonna get me into those boxes? That says thick. Is it going to be as simple as just putting in thick? Think. Okay. Hubris, envy, lust. Those are 7 deadly sins. Eight spots. See. And we've got 8 slots. 7 sins. The infinity symbol, which also is the number 8 from the classrooms. The G's at least one of them. They make a different noise. L, M, N, E, G, L, M, N, E. That's R. I don't know, this is probably very, very riveting. Like, I don't know for sure. Some of them make different noises. But I was thinking that was supposed to be a clue. Ruminate? Okay. So that was another one. Oh, we got 2 more gems. Okay. So we've got actual, objective, genu, very. That's thick, which got turned into think. Ruminate. An 8 in a room, maybe? Is it play on words? So would be something like real, actual objective. So real objective, genu, genuine, very. And the game's all about puns and double meaning, so if that's real, there'd be maybe realize. Yeah, I guess it's some sort of pun. Okay, so what's this? So we have 6. We've got think, ruminate, realize. So far, they've all been thinking. I mean, there's P. Could be. Let's see. EON. E. Yeah. Maybe. I think it's ponder. Okay. What are you? Unlock room 8. What do you mean room 8? Got a kitchen. Hey, at least buy some food. I haven't gotten the morning room. Gonna do the bacon and eggs. Okay. How do we use the key to unlock room 8? Hey, sleep mask. We just need a bedroom. We got a gym, we got a sleep mask. We don't want a dead end up here. Bunk room would be nice. We're gonna do the lab. Try and use that gem on it. Hey there, Apple. Didn't think I saw you, did you? I don't see anything else in here. Okay, let's see what experiment we can run. Next 3 times you open a locked trunk, whenever you draft a shop room, or you draft a hallway from another hallway, set your steps 40, spread dirt on the driveway, gain 1 key, 1 gem, or 1 die. When you draft a shop room, set your steps to 40. Hopefully that does not come back to bite us in the rear. I'm gonna keep using it. I don't know what room it's supposed to open, where it needs to be at. Unless it's gotta be up here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe somewhere along the 8th level here. Do the reading nook. That way we can replace that key. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on it, pretty sure none of those other rooms had anything in it. I'll be very, very sad if they had stuff in it and I overlooked it. Because that would definitely be on par for me. And keep going. Got the library again? This will do the library. that the coupon book? A done Sightseer's Guide. We've done Swimbird. We could do Realm and Ruin. Yeah, we'll do Realm and Ruin. Hey there, Foundation. Miss me? Let's see, we go down there and we could go ahead and run all the way to the end. But we can't even go north from here. We'd have to go south. Go ahead and go down. I think we'll use 5 to 6 steps. Hopefully no more. Oh, it's gonna be more. Yeah, it's gonna be quite a few more. We need to generate a shop. Our key card and the dining room. See. Yeah, that key doesn't seem to work on any of these doors. Hoping maybe it would actually allow me to access some of these doors. You know, since it's room 8, I was like, maybe it'll be the 8th room. Nope. We're gonna be in the teens on our steps by the time we get back up there. We have no money to get more steps. So we really need a shop. We also really need a shovel. So there's the dining room. Can't eat just yet. Yeah, the dining room is also a pawn room. Do the break room, very least. Oh, that's tempting to just run out there into the forest. But at the very least, with the break room, we should be able to come back here, at least end the day. Hopefully we can get the card here. All right, 9 square or 3 squared is 9. How is it 9? So it would have been 13 minus 10, which would have been 3. 3 squared would have been 9. So would that make it 20 minus 18 would be 2. 2 times 2 would be 4. And 4 squared would be 16. Yeah. So I think that's what it is. I was overthinking it. A silver key. Not the key card. Why would we get the key card at this very important point? To the morning room. We haven't ever had the morning room. That's an upgrade disc. I could get to the lab and at least use the upgrade disc at some point if I needed to. There are gems. The Baron of Mount Holly names nephew provisional heir. In the blue hours of Wednesday morning, the venerable Baron of Mount Holly, Herbert S. Sinclair, passed away at the ripe age of 73 after a prolonged struggle with a heart condition that had been kept from the public eye until his final days. Esteemed as a pillar of society and renowned for his penchant for crafting puzzles, he was a source of endless fascination to our readers over the years, not least through his popular column, Baron Bafflers, which he penned for over a decade. The particulars of the announcement of his successor yesterday has left his devoted followers with one last intrigue to ponder. The reading of his will precipitated a flurry of speculation, where his niece and presumptive heir, the much beloved and lamented Mary Matthew Jones, has been missing, presumed deceased, for the past 6 years. Miss Jones, better known to our readers by her pen name Marian Marigold, enchanted the hearts and minds of the children across the realm with her literary creations, such as The Red Prince, Swimbird, and A New Clue. Her disappearance remains one of the age's most tragic mysteries. With her whereabouts unknown, it was Marigold's own son, Simon P. Jones, a lad of about 14 summers, who was yesterday named the provisional heir to the sprawling Cinca Empire. However, this vast inheritance is accompanied by an undisclosed contractual condition. Given the Baron's well-known penchant for tests of mettle and wit, it's clear that the young heir from Reddington, distinguished in his own right as last year's County Science Fair runner-up, faces an extraordinary challenge in the coming weeks. More to follow. Don't have anything else around here that we can really interact with. I really need a shovel. The drawing room. I can grab this one gem here. Don't see anything else in here. There's the pool. Let's go ahead and do the bedroom. We need to get more steps. Because I think at this point, pump room's not going to do us any good. I don't see anything else in here. Go south. Got the hallway. We can at least bust open the trunk. Got some more money. That'll come in handy. Go this way. Since it's a dead end, we'll do the closet. A key and a gem. Through the corridor. There's the utility closet. We can get past that one locked door. And the keycard system off. And dark room back on. Garage off. Gymnasium off. Okay. Let's go back up to the foundation. Now that we can bypass the foundation's main issue. I don't know if you can hear the storm that's raging outside. Hey, there's the rumpus room. I've been wanting the rumpus room. Got Bishop all the way up here by the rumpus room. Is there anything else other than Bishop and money? Not that I'm complaining on the money. That pawn in here too? Okay, no. It looked like it was a weird looking pawn. See what this vision is.
As it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara, and I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I hear the pattering steps of children running in the forest. The joyful echoes of laughter in the courtyard. I see an old man sitting in an even older chair. A seed that has served many generations, each with their own stories, each with their own secrets, each with their own endings, but all in the same chair. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
What's the significance of that chair? See, we could do the gymnasium, or we could do the pool. I think we should do the pool. I think we should go ahead and do the pool. Go get that food. For some reason I was thinking this was a different room. We need it at least to get the 20. So now we can get the showroom or one of those shops. It is really unlucky that we have not found a single shovel. I feel like the game does it on purpose. I'm gonna do the silver key. Looky there. So now we have the basement key, but we probably will not be able to get all the way outside to the fountain. We are going to get to room 46. They've already got busts of them in here. Bunch of books, some puzzles. Sinclair bust. Epson bust. Moon. Where are you? Sanctum key. Zephyr down below. The first key found here on the farthest rank, the second locked tight in the vault of a bank. You mean I gotta get the bank again? Okay, the first key found here on the farthest rank, the second locked tight in the vault of a bank. The third is up high among all the clocks. That's gotta be the den. It's gotta be in the den where on the mantelpiece, because I keep talking about how that looks like a box. Fourth down below, beneath all the docks, which has to be in all those boxes down there. The fifth key is held by a king on his throne. The sixth is in a station left by one of your own. Seventh is major if you draft it quite late. And the last key is waiting behind the last door of 8. Former ruby crown of Verendia Eras recently set with freshly cut sapphires. First time you draw a red room while drafting, you may remove it from today's draft pool. If you do, gain 1 gem and redraw floor plans. Eight realms in 8 months. Here's the 8th realm. Trying to remember. I even still have a picture of it. Because I had a picture of the realms in the classroom. It's like I vaguely recall. Was it the story? Yep. Get these two backwards. Maybe shift all these, maybe. That's not right. I'm sure there's a more detailed thing. Oh. I love randomly putting things in spots. Certified copy, property deed, Lord Arthur Clementine to Lady Herrera of Tinsell. New Finclair Stationers, Reddington, Finnair, is satisfied of record. Know all men by these presents that Lord Arthur Clementine, rightful owner of the land that rests in the northern range of the Reddington Mountains, doth grant and convey to the bearer of this document, Lady Herevy of Trinsdale, the land, forest, and waters of the sheer cliffs that rest in the northern shadow of the Holly Leaf Mountain, with all the rights, privileges, and pertinences thereunto belonging. Boundaries. The property of Mount Holly consists of dense woods flanked by cliff walls, irrigated by mountain springs, streams, punctuated by several runoff waterfalls. There is sheltered between the summit's northern slope and saddle, spanning across 80-odd acres of land. Property is situated southwest of Reddington, bounded on the south by steep crags and abutting the east by the high road to Tanner Fork. I, Lord Arthur Clementine, covenant, promise, and agree with Lady Arabia and her heirs, and assigns that I am lawfully seized and possessed of the said premises, that the same are free and clear of all encumbrances, that I have good right to sell and convey the same. So, yeah. And hand and seal, I make my mark in the grand year of Fenris 1912. So we have a deed. Last will and testament of me, Herbert S. Sinclair. Claire, I'm not and have never been married and have no children. First, to direct that all my debts and outstanding expenses be paid as soon after my decease as possible. Secondly, I direct all the servants and staff in my employ at the time of my death shall be granted indefinite leave to be paid out of the reserves of my estate set aside for such occasion until such time as the new master of Mount Holly bids their return. In the event that the aforesaid reserves for this purpose are depleted, or a new master of the estate is found, I direct my executor to make provisions for their future employment, and to do so in a manner that is just and equitable for all parties involved. Thirdly, to my faithful valet, Hartley Ruoda, I hereby gift to him the lake house in Trinsdale as a small measure of gratitude for his many years of unwavering loyalty and devoted service. I direct my executor to take such steps as are necessary to transfer ownership of the said lake house to Hartley Ruoda, and should use all reasonable efforts to persuade him to accept the same. Furthermore, to my late cousin Delaney's two children, Courtney Farron and Rygard Farron, who have sometimes been impulsive and hasty in their actions, I grant to each a cuckoo clock set eternally on the sacred hour. For only the time will tell when they are ready to slow down enough to appreciate the gifts bestowed upon them with the patience and wisdom that comes with maturity. In the case that Lionel Epson should return from his travels abroad, or in the event that any of his heirs should present themselves, I bequeath to him or them, as the case may be, the diary and its related key, which formerly belonged to his sister, Claire Epson, which I have kept in her room and beside her grave, respectively and respectfully. In addition, it is my fervent desire that the gallery, along with all the artwork contained within, be bestowed upon the Reddington Museum of Art, including the sculptures, exhibits, and the entire collection of drawings by Christopher Manson, comprised of 4 pieces entitled, says this was supposed to be our first clue on those. This generous donation shall be made 1 year hence following the date of my earthly departure, when it will be removed from Mount Holly's draft pool. Moreover, to the Grand Cathedral of Raja, I bequeath 8 stone statues sculpted in the likeness of the 8 Ajara angels, Orinda, Lydia, Rhina, Joya, Deja, Via, Mila, and Draxus. These sculpted figures have been in the Sinclair tomb for multiple generations, and even though there has been much debate over their natural numeric order, they have nevertheless remained steadfast for their safeguarding of our family secrets. I trust they will continue to provide the Cathedral of Araja the same level of stewardship. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece Mary Matthew, all the rest, residue and remainder of my estate, and of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly, as a token of the cordial and affectionate friendship which for nearly a half-century his grandmother, Claire Epson, has shown me. The above provision and bequest is content on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate of Mount Holly. This room, among other things of value, holds the physical deed to the entire estate, as well as many other personal effects and policies of insurance. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor. I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble in covering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executor of my will, then this gift shall lapse, and the above clauses on this page, provisions pertaining to that clause, shall be considered null and void. The rest of my estate shall be disposed of and gifted to the Arindia Heritage Foundation, under condition that the house be immediately winnowed and sealed with explicit instructions and allowances that the site shall not be reopened until black flags are once again flying over Oris, or 110 years have passed since my death, whichever day shall come first. As one final gift to my grandnephew Simon P. Jones, regardless of whether he finds room 46 or not, I leave and bequeath to him the original manuscripts of his mother's works that were produced here under the roof of her childhood home. These preliminary draft copies include red prints, which she wrote while visiting the estate during the brightest of her days, and a new clue which she penned here during the darkest. I hope that in due time and in the natural order of things, you will come to be content as I have with what little of herself she left us. A witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March 1993. That was a lot. I noticed there's a marigold there, but she doesn't have a bust. This is that I saw. Okay. So we could go down to the courtyard and see if we can go down from the courtyard. And then maybe we can swing around. Guess we'll use regular key. Do the sauna and start with extra steps tomorrow. Do the walk-in closet, I guess. We got several things in here. Hey, it's the key card that we don't need anymore. We got pawn in here. Hoping we could have gotten a shovel. How's it we did all of that and we still only have the same 3? Like, we have not found the other 3 chess pieces. I'm gonna get this key to work. It says it's locked up tight in the vault. I don't know what we can do to get it out of the vault. I don't really want to change the water for the pump room. Be nice if we could get the boiler. We'll go ahead and do the pump room. Is there a shovel hidden anywhere in here? Go ahead and open this. We're gonna remove you from today's pool. To the conservatory. So we got Rick all the way up here. Still no shovel. We haven't gotten the mechanarium. I want to lower you to commonplace. I don't think we have anything else in here. So many dig spots. E8, come on. I knew it had to be on the 8th one. Hey, this is one of those art rooms. Guessing we gotta put these in the right spot. Okay, so it's not 7, there's 8 of them. Sum of my sin as it is pinned as the number within the room we are in. First begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. There's envy, mundanity, gluttony, hubris. Wonder if this one's not even supposed to be that one. Okay, it took it out of my inventory. I recommend you think again if I am ever in a bin far from the fen. Far from the fen. So it's got to be one of these over here. To envy. Get stuck behind it. You won't find my bin in between sin, where I deserve to be in a bin down on the end. Huh. Which would either be hubris or mundanity. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. Written thin to fit it all in. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. So it's gotta be hubris. If we spend a min or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Sloth? I share a trend with my neighbor's sin, a letter and its own appear on each bin. Would be gluttony. Now we're down to the ones that we've already done. Neighbor's chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. First begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. Which there's stuff in all of them. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to figure it out because we've got some of them I don't even know if they're in the right spot, because I feel like I think monkey is correct. Don't know if you're right. You could also be here. You're wanting to be close to the fen. And to fit it all in. maybe it's in that one. First begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. Which envy has an N. What was yours? I share a trend with my neighbor's sin, a letter and its twin appear on each bin. Which... there's so many of them that have same letters. That's like gluttony and sloth. Maybe. Some of my sin, as it is pinned, is a number within the room we are in. See. Gluttony is 8 letters. We are in the 8th room. Maybe it's that one. You won't find my bin in between the sin, as I deserve to be in a bin down by the end. I think this one might actually need to be swapped with the rabbit. I think the rabbit might be over here. The dog's here. Something happened. Yeah, trophy. Trophy for solving puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. Trophies earned will be permanently added to the trophy room, which we have not been to. Oh, we got double allowance. And now we'll start with 14. Isn't there supposed to be another key in here? I thought there was supposed to be a key. Was I mistaken? I don't know where it'd be at. Just hope I'm not hurting myself. Alright, so we've got so many things we still gotta do. If we go up to the conservatory, pump room, pool, rumpus room, foundation, and then go down from the foundation, take the key to the sanctum room. Or do we want to go to the laboratory first? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll have to backtrack. We may not get the key card again. Let's do this. Somehow we, of course, did not get a sting shovel. Go rumpus room, foundation. I don't know what it is about that. We get that one room that is supposed to make it so that we get extra dig spots and we never get a shovel. Parlor. What's going to happen with the parlor? So we've got regular parlor, which increases the prize to 3 gems instead of leaving it at 2. Or we could do 2 wind-up keys, which would basically give us the opportunity to have twice the number of chances. make it a red room. Funeral parlor. Jim's price is equal to red rooms in your house. If you open any empty box in the funeral parlor, you lose 30 steps. Jeez. Like, I'm curious about it, but that's a heavy toll. We're just gonna go with regular parlor with the prize. For the most part, we seem to get a lot of them. Sure, they'll change all of a sudden. Okay, now we need to go back to the foundation. Unless I want to run to the kitchen. 'Cause I could get 15 steps at the kitchen. So you go boudoir and kitchen. Oh, we got an extra 5 for the mask in there. Got the club sandwich. Gonna need a few bananas. Now we're feeling a little bit more comfortable with our steps. Go ahead and head down to the foundation. We're gonna go all the way down. We're gonna explore that other room. This is actually a pretty informative, heavy playthrough. Or at least we're coming across papers at minimum. Whether or not we're retaining any good information. I can open any sanctum door? Which one do I want to open? Yeah, we'll go ahead and open the Rendia door. Okay, we're trying to figure out what their thing is. We'll probably have to come back to this because we gotta get that one book. We don't know what their symbols are. Because I know this has to do with that symbol book. Because what was the design? It wasn't here, but we should have done the other door. Alright, so we were not able to solve that one. And I doubt you want to sit there and watch me do however many versions there are of it. Maybe that one book that I got will help. one that I have waiting for me in the library next time. See, I guess we could go ahead and... It sucks because we have the patio and the laundry room, and we could confirm things, but we don't have those. I don't know what else we can do other than go outside and try to open up that other door. Oh, because we can't find a dang shovel. The reading nook, laboratory, boudoir, kitchen, gallery, den, and dark room. Oh, we can actually go to the dark room. Maybe there's something in there. Got a gym. Yeah, I don't see anything else in here. Then we can go patio, chapel, weight room, entrance hall. Then we'll go. Oh, it's already night. We've been in there that long? Hopefully we have enough steps for what we need to do next. Alright, now we have that open. We have an extra access down here. And we make it all the way back up to the break room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Just barely. Not bad for a run where I got no shovel. Don't know why it does that to me. As we are heading to the break room to end our run, we got a lot more information, and hopefully we can put that information to use. Would like to actually do some more. I don't think we're really going to be losing anything too important, and we'll at least get to start with the key card. But yeah, I'm glad we actually are getting a bit more stuff. We just gotta get that book next time. Hopefully it'll help us with the room we just unlocked. Garden Jigsaw House. It's because we had 4 green rooms. 5 green rooms if you count the outer room. But we're gonna call it here. I hope I didn't bore you too much with some of my finagling with the puzzles and trying to figure them out. I will see you in the next episode.